It was supposed to be a peaceful getaway, just me, the forest, and the crisp winter air. I had set up camp deep in the woods, miles from the nearest road. The silence of the wilderness was comforting at first, but as the night stretched on, it began to feel oppressive. I was scrolling through my phone, trying to keep myself entertained, when a text buzzed in. The number was unrecognizable. "Why did you stop here?" My stomach dropped. It had to be a prank, I thought. Maybe bad reception had messed with my GPS, and someone nearby thought I was trespassing. I brushed it off and ignored the text. But then another message came through. "Do you know what happens to people who camp here?" I froze. My mind raced. Who could possibly know I was out here? The nearest town was hours away, and I hadn't told anyone exactly where I was going. I replied, "Who is this?" No answer. A feeling of unease crept over me, and I decided to step outside and stoke the fire, hoping the light would calm my nerves. But as I stepped out of the tent, I noticed footprints in the snow, fresh ones circling my campsite. My heart began pounding. I scanned the darkness with my flashlight, but the beam only caught empty trees and swirling shadows. Then the sound of crunching snow broke the silence. It was faint at first, but it was getting closer. Someone, or something, was approaching. I scrambled back into the tent, locking myself inside and grabbing the small hunting knife I'd packed. My breath came in shallow gasps as the footsteps stopped just outside. For what felt like an eternity, there was nothing but silence. And then I heard it, a low, deliberate scraping sound, like someone dragging a stick across the nylon of my tent. I wanted to scream, but stayed frozen in terror. Suddenly, my phone buzzed again. This time, it was a photo, a picture of me sitting inside the tent, taken from only a few feet away. "Nice knife," the message read. I panicked. Without thinking, I grabbed the knife, unzipped the tent, and burst outside, yelling into the darkness. But there was no one there, just the sound of footsteps retreating quickly into the trees. I didn't sleep that night. Instead, I stayed awake with the knife in my hand, listening for any sound, any sign of movement. When morning came, the first rays of sunlight felt like salvation. As I packed up my things to leave, I noticed something just outside my tent. A small wooden carving of a stick figure tied with a piece of red string. Whoever or whatever had been out there, they wanted me to remember them, and I always will.